Hello everyone that's watching this video. Today this video I'm going to show you one of the very standard opening in chess. Because if you don't know any standard opening, you cannot play chess. Okay? Yes, you can play, but the standard opening is very good, and also a lot of time it don't break any principle yet. And also it's for some beginner that want to learn some opening. In this chess video, I'm going to show standard opening that named after the Italian game that's known as the Guicco. To start at Guicco, let's go. You have to play as white or just black, okay? It doesn't matter, but I'm going to show you for white side first, okay? You have to play e4. Opponent has to respond with e5. Very standard, I said. Now we play knight to f3. Opponent respond with knight to c6. You develop bishop to c4, and the opponent has to play bishop to c5, known as the Guicco. In this version, you have a lot of moves. Two most popular moves here is to play c3, known as the mainline variations. I don't know what is a good name, but it's just mainline. And another second is to play d3, known as Guicco variation. So I'm going to show you a mainline first. c3 is known as the mainline version. Black has two options. One is the most popular, is to play knight to f6. Second is d5, a gambit version. Why c3, d5, the best moves? Somebody play it. I'll show you at knight f3 first. After knight f3, you can immediately change to Guicco version. It's very solid version, not gonna lie. Or you can play a d4, pawn takes spot, and e5. This is very tricky one, because black had to play d5. After bishop to b5, black gonna jump his knight into d4, actually e4, and then you're gonna capture a pawn. Bishop can check. It's very look good, but it's actually not good. After knight to d2, it's actually white's advantage here. The best move you have to understand is black has to drop a bishop. Because if you play this, let me say white's advantage. It's true, you can have to give away your bishop here. Yeah, and you cannot take. Else you just leave with, you have just down a space. You just don't have enough space, and white can use that space to punish you immediately. So, it's actually not that good. That your knight is look good, but it's actually come to nothing. And white just have a big center, and you cannot shift. Yet f3 you just weak. You just take, and you give you queen take. You go short castle. It's more like this, and you take because you queen take. Usually, white just have the same space, but white has more active piece. Okay, it's actually bad. White is better, but it's still equal. So the best move is to drop a bishop to b6, and it's actually really hard to play. If black drop bishop, I'm gonna show you the best move lie. The best move variation is you're gonna play knight to c3. Black gonna ignore your threat, and black just cb short castle. Yeah, you can take, but actually if you take, you open the center. And when you open the center, queen, look at it. The knight is pressure on the center, the queen is open, and the knight move just lost a pawn. And you're completely losing for white. So you don't take a knight. Instead, you're gonna play short castle. After bishop to square, you're gonna somehow like this. Yeah? You're gonna shove a pawn, but before shove pawn here, I can show you this version. After black short castle, you don't short castle immediately. You have to play bishop to e3. You don't have to, but it's the best move for computer, and I recommend this move so much. After bishop pinning you, you're gonna short castle, right? Nope, you play h3 first. After bishop drop back, you short castle. And it's very equal positions. Okay, white have center space, but black have a very powerful knight, and the pressure on your knight on f3. This is very equal position. It's very complicated. It's 0-0. Computer says 0-0. Sometimes better for blind, sometimes equal. I don't know if computer just not understand at all, but You have to play this chance. It's so complicated. I don't know any plan yet, but the computer line show is just here. Sometimes like black can play rook square or chasing your bishop. Sometimes you can take because the bishop is kind of stuck. And you drop your rook, and you have to play chess at this point. So, after this version, you're gonna notice it's so complicated. Somehow it's very complex. So, rather gonna play this hard version. Rather you're gonna play d4. You rather gonna play d4. You play d6 like this. You know a Guicco version. The black shot castle or the best move, but the most polar is to play pawn to d6. You can play bishop g5. Black somehow play bishop g4, and you can shot castle and bring a knight. But actually, not good to bring a bishop out. Okay, it's not good to bring a bishop out. You have to play knight to this too, and something like this. Shot castle. It's just so solid version. Just that, just completely solid. You play c3. Why? Because if you don't play c3, something like you play like knight square, something like this. For white is not good. White is not good move, you know. You understand? Sometimes you play. That's black can attack you like this. So, but even the black move, something like you play this. I mean, let's just simply play something like okay, like that. Play some random move. Black can jump in center like this. This is very annoying move for you, but you cannot have the same because there's no bishop. So it's so very annoying. When you play knight, also it's not a good move for me. Also, computer hate like it. It's just equal, but that have opportunity to win a game more than use. So I don't want knight c3. Okay, I recommend you to play some. If you play d3, you play c3. So castle, and knight here because it's also reinforced your knight. So your queen can right here, but not this case. So here you can play queen square, and it's nothing pin. So it's very good move to play knight to d4 because you play this. Sometimes you get hit with c5, knight sacrifice 5, but yeah, it's so hard to play for white here because it's very good to get hit like this. Something like not g5, and not g4 is good move, but you say you just get a target, and also later on you can get like this. The gaming trap is here. Not like here, but you see, sometimes you can be careful about this move. It don't always works, but it's very tricky. Like c5 is very aggressive. So you don't move the bishop in Guicco version. And the last version is to after the main line. Rather you can bishop e5. Like I said, the best move. You recapture on d4 instead. This is known as the Guicco gambit. After bishop to b4 check, you brought your knight to the square into c3. Or you have to play knight to d2. Knight to d2 is the best move because your knight has more it have recover. Okay? It have more defense. You can shot the castle, and actually you is equal questions. Even you die all pawns. But the more tricky version is to play knight c3, and it's the most popular move. After knight take, like I said, you cannot take his knight because your knight is pinned after shot castle. Black have to do something with his knight. The best move you have to play is bishop take on c3, pawn take, and d5, and you just up a pawn for black, and you have to win a game when you up a pawn. But after shot castle, a lot of players gonna fall for that trap. Is knight take on c3. That you fall in the Guicco trap because after pawn take spot, you have to say your bishop get a tempo to the pawn, and bishop move. You just what are you doing? and you got bishop to square. So if you give white a tempo, but when you take with the bishop, you don't have to take it immediately. So after you bishop take, you can play d5, right? You don't have to waste a tempo. But when the knight take, bishop is get tempo. It look good for just a moment, but after you can have a lot more. I recommend bishop to a3. It's very powerful move too. Or you can play a simple move, bishop take on f7, queen takes, and just take a free bishop like that. Or you can even play queen to b3. After bishop take, king here, and you take, not take already. After you play take, and you say your knight is hanging, so he cannot play knight to square. It's also a trap. It's also a trap. Okay, somebody gonna play knight to f5 and blunder to this variation that you can take h knight hang. It's so powerful variation. Or after bishop take, it's just so bad for him, like this. It's heavily moved. It's so tricky, and it's actually black is losing here. So you cannot take with a knight here. In this variation, you have to take with the bishop and keep upon advantage. Our last variation I'm going to show you is not an A1 gambit after you sacrifice pawn on b4. I will not go to the deep theory because it just separate apart and I want to not show it. So after bishop take on b4, because if the knight take, that loses defender of e5 and you can take, and actually you have a very problem at f4 square. If knight square, you smash him with this move. After bishop take like this, it actually black is very bad. After queen is square, like that, you cannot shut castle. When you castle already, it's so terrible because your king is weak, and just that. I mean, we not like you have to play this. Look like it's red, but now you can king square. And actually, it's like that. You see as tail, so if you take as mate, okay. So to understand that A1 bait you cannot take with knight. Also, you cannot decline because when what are you doing with this bishop c3 and d4? It's like a normal variation. It's a main line, but you have b4 instead. That means you have more space. That's really losing position for black. So after pawn square, black has to accept. After you play c3, there is 3 options. The most popular option is to drop bishop to a5. Second most popular option is drop bishop to e2. And the best move computer, bishop to, what is this? I mean, you just block a d pawn, but it's a variation. Some computers say it's best move, but I don't care. I'm gonna play bishop in square anyway, because you keep an eye on this pin. It seems like, hey, if you play this, you cannot recapture back both so. Yeah, and if you try to do this, you see it's actually white is have no attack because we have dips. You doesn't play d5 immediately. So you play d5, d4. You just sacrifice the pawn, take pawn, you just shot castle. If black just accept a gambit, oh, throw a pawn. It's actually black is a trouble with the queen d square. It's just black as a trouble. Okay? Because, I mean, you don't develop enough and you just open the positions to your opponent. It's so tricky, you can. With the queen somehow d square, something like this. You see? I will not show the best move, you see? Black position is so terrible here. Even you up 2 pawn, but black position is terrible. His piece stuck, d3, yeah, something like it, but he can move, but I'm gonna show you to see. This knight is trapped. If you play this, I can take, and he really lacked out of development. So after pawn square, a lot of players love to play this, but you can also take, but UK, and you just go queen to b3 and go to like any sun game, something like this. You see, you cannot take, because first thing first, you cannot take this one, because that's lose a defender of f7 square, and you just get dominated. So you have some more move here, and you just can bring a rule, and you just have to punish black that lack out of development. So the A1 can be the one of the greatest gambit. Okay, this is very decent version of the Italian game, the Guicco variations. So if you love this whole, please like and subscribe to this channel, because in this day I gotta go. See ya. I love you all.